Hello and welcome back to another episode of Chat Beer Get Banged. I'm your host as always, Richard Madeley, and alongside me as always is...
Judy Finnegan. What I want to know, mate, is when you married me, why didn't you let me take your name?
Well, stage names, darling. Stage names.
But we're a husband and wife team on stage, so...
Yeah, but we weren't married before...
Oh, right.
So before we were on TV together, we weren't married. We got married as a result of...
Sorry if I'm affecting your brand.
Well, how can you not remember that? Anyway, domestics aside, welcome back, guys.
Theme tune.
Theme tune, of course, yeah.
Na 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 na.
Chat Beer
Get Banged. You put me off there. You haven't got much rhythm, have you, mate?
I'm a guitarist.
Yeah, explains a lot.
Yeah. So what we got in store for you this week, guys, it may have been mentioned, or we have realised that in recent podcasts, well, pretty much since the beginning, all we've reviewed is pale beer, New England IPAs. So we're going completely the opposite direction, and we've gone right to the dark side, and we've got 4, hopefully delightful, dark beers for you to try, or for you to listen to a review about. First up, we've got ABC Brewing Dank Matter, which is a black IPA.
Right, I see what you've done there. See what you've done there, mate. You've said to people, we're not doing pale ales anymore, and you've picked a black IPA, which...
right, no,
is it going to be nice and hoppy for you?
No, let me...
get your hop fix, mate.
Let me caveat this.
Sorry.
I think black IPAs are the biggest gimmick waste of flipping time and effort ever.
Why are we reviewing one then?
Because I want to be proven otherwise. All the black IPAs that I've ever had have been what I like to call confused beers. Confused? What is it? An IPA or is it a stout? You know,
maybe it's
you
not.
maybe
It's a non-binary beer. You ever think of that?
Well, I can't pigeonhole that one.
Can't pigeonhole.
Well, you can pigeonhole it because they've called it a black IPA. If you just put it a non-binary beer, then yeah, fine.
Right, and it's called Dank Matter, your favourite word.
Dank Matter, yeah. I picked it on that name.
What have we got? 330ml can?
330ml. Do you want to go through the rest of the beers, or should we just dive into this one? No, let's just dive into this one. Okay. We're halfway through the review already, anyway. Yeah, a little 330ml can. It's a kind of matte label wrap around. Oh no, it's not ABC Brewing. It's Chorlton Brewing Co. ABC. Oh, is it a collab?
Not another collab.
ABC Brewing, Chorlton Brewing Co. Well, I don't know. Do you want to shut up? Do you want to stop talking?
So you've researched this beer, have you? You know all
about it? No, I just picked it off the shelf. So it's pouring dark as you like, as if it is a stout completely. It's got a really good head. Nice and dark, or Kieran's hasn't. Sorry, mate. Oh no, that's alright. It's alright. Yeah.
It's doing that thing where the head's been forming after you've poured it.
Yeah. So on the nose, if I was blindfolded and I couldn't see the colour, that would just smell like an IPA, like a West Coast style IPA. What do you reckon?
No, I can smell how dark it is.
Can you?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, okay. After the hops are mellowed a little bit, you can...
Power of suggestion, dickhead.
Oh.
Twat. That's alright.
Right, let's try it anyway. Sure.
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh. That's just... It's like licorice. There's nothing IPA about it.
So it's
not even that bitter.
So they shouldn't have called it an IPA?
No, what a load of bollocks.
So if you were to be given this and they said this is a stout, you might be reacting differently right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
But because their expectation is it's an IPA,
yeah.
Now you're like...
What is a black IPA? What is a black IPA? It's a fucking nonsensical style of beer. I don't believe in the subgenre of black IPAs. I think it's as I've probably
also said. It's a 330ml can for £4.10.
Is it £4? Is it
£4.10? Yeah, that's considering you can pick up a bottle of Colonel export strength stout, which is a 330 bottle for $2.90.
Yeah.
I'd say this is tiny bit overpriced.
Yeah, in all the podcasts that we've done so far, I don't think I've had a bad word to say against beer. But I was hoping that I was going to be proven wrong with this. But
So what does ABC stand for?
I don't know. Alphabet Brewing Co.
Alphabet Brewing Co.
There you go, ABC.
Bit of knowledge there.
Yeah.
So they've teamed up with Chorlton.
Chorlton, yeah, maybe.
Coming in your ears.
I don't know why it's called dank. It's not dank. It's just it's just a victorious style over substance. There's nothing good about this beer.
Are we going to finish it? Or are we going to leave it?
Oh, I'm going to finish it because I've got my drinking head on today.
Okay.
Come on, your thoughts.
My thoughts are, why don't you come and buy one from the off licence and see for yourselves how shit it is?
No, come on. What's your about my tasting notes today? Is my palate on point today?
Yes.
Take
Take like a strong stout, mate.
How strong is it? 6%. Yeah, I won't be rushing out to buy that. But there are those people in the world, in the beer world, that love black IPAs. Purity have got a black IPA as a standard beer in their range. That never ceases to amaze me why that would be. It's just like it's a seasonal thing. It's a once a year.
But IPA is the most abused term ever, isn't it?
It is very
like
convoluted. Is that the word?
Because it's a popular style, you slap those magic 3 letters on anything.
Green King IPA.
And it's going to help you sell it. Green King probably started out as a traditional IPA. It just got watered down.
3.6%.
It just got watered down over the years. You know?
Well, the beer did, yeah.
Yeah. So, IPA as a term is now been so abused it's become meaningless.
So why put it on the can in the first place?
To sell beer because there's...
So you think acclaimed breweries like ABC, and I don't know who Chorlton are to be honest, are going to worry about selling beer?
Yeah.
Really? So you think they think they're going to be bothered about slapping? Oh, if we don't put IPA on the end of this beer, we're not going to sell it.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Nah, bollocks. I don't believe that for 1 second. Oh, what about this one? Oh, Bean Me Up Stouty IPA. Oh, I'm going to buy that. No.
Is it?
No.
Oh.
I'm just trying to make a point. That if I had IPA on the end of it, I'll go, I'm not buying that.
You're not the target audience because you're a fucking nerd, ain't you?
Aficionado. Flex.
Connoisseur. I'm talking about the man in Aldi who sees the word IPA on a can and he thinks, I know what an IPA is, I'll buy that. Oh, it's a black IPA, that's different. I'll have a bit of that.
But you can't buy that in Aldi. You can only buy that from Source or in specialist shops.
I see your point there.
Anyway, look, I'm really bored.
In my experience, putting the letters IPA on a beer sells that beer faster.
To you?
In my experience, as a beer seller.
No, I mean as in you go in and go, oh, that's an IPA. You go into a shop and go, oh, that's an IPA. I'll have that.
No, I'm not me, mate. I only drink.
Shall we move on to the next beer?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Next one is Moncada Brewery. Do you know where they're from? Ron?
London. Fucking London.
Are they? I didn't know that.
Probably.
Okay, so we're just assuming here. Yes, Humber Road, London. It's Moncada Brewery. Impy Custard. So that's a vanilla custard Imperial stout. And we've had this in the shop for a while, and we've had a re-up. And I've been meaning to try it for a while, but I've not had the chance, or I've not fancied it. So I thought I would stick it in the lineup today.
Okay.
It's quite a nice. It's a kind of mint green and purple label.
It's a very confusing label, mate.
It is a bit, but I mean, aesthetically, they're complementary colours. $5.50 a bottle for $3.30, but it is 10.4%.
That's a lot.
And it's Imperial custard, so that's a vanilla custard Imperial stout.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, glug, glug, glug. You know, you can tell the quality of a beer when it does that glug, glug, glug out of the bottle.
You're chatting shit now.
Yeah,
mate.
I am. No, you can tell it's thick and liquid when it makes that sound. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So wine, a red wine, is obviously a thicker liquid than water, and water doesn't make that sound when it's like gluk, 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 gluk. So it's viscous, is what I think is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, it looks fucking viscous.
It does. It's pitch black, absolutely pitch black,
And it's got a brown head, a thin brown head.
very thin. Yeah,
It smells sweet.
it does smell sweet, but it's not as pungent as I thought it might be. Oh no, swill it round a little bit. Swill it round, get the juices flowing. Yeah, it's vanilla custard on the nose. Vanilla custard.
I'm gonna have a look at the bottle here.
Yeah.
It is got it's got a map reference on it. It's got an OG.
OG being original gravity.
It's got the 2011. Does that mean it was made in 2011?
I don't know.
Bottled?
I doubt it.
It's best before 2022. You
Bottle-
expect it to last a long time in a bottle,
Yeah.
which it,
That's probably bottle condition then.
Right, ingredients. They've actually listed London water
London water, out the Thames, dirty
as an ingredient
brown water.
because they want you to know it's authentic.
Right.
And they think that London is
City of Dreams.
It carries some weight.
The land of opportunity.
Yeah, they think that London is cool Britannia. They think they're fucking Kate Mossett in a Union Jack 90. That's what they think they're doing.
Do you mean Jerry Halliwell?
Yeah.
Are we going to try it? Because I've been looking forward to trying this. Apart from the obvious kind of hatred towards the importance of London breweries, or the self-imposed importance.
I just think the capital city should get over itself.
Wow.
Oh, you bastard.
That is
It's thick.
thick. Oh yeah.
It's
That's really good.
it is sweet.
It is sweet, but I think it's got quite a dry finish to it.
Yeah.
It's got a roasty bitterness to it. That personally, my personal preference would be if you lower the IBUs from 30 as it's noted down to maybe 15 or 10, that would be an unbelievable drink for me. When I have Imperial stouts, like pudding stouts, I don't want that dry finish. I just want sweetness. I want to taste the sweet flavours, not for it to be ruined by a bitterness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good beer. I'm not knocking it.
What kind of person was going to order this? Is it a beer that you're going to
It's a sipper.
sipper? Is it like you
It's a
sit
bit-
at home and drink it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's one that you might crack out at the end of the evening. A finisher. A finishing move, like a Street Fighter.
Impy custard. Yeah, it's tastes like custard.
Yeah, it's got like the thickness. You remember if you used to visit the ice cream bun, and you get that chocolate squirty sauce that you put over 99. It's got that kind of consistency.
Okay.
I think if you had a bowl of ice cream here and poured that over it, it would be heavenly.
Or you could do what Brewdog pubs used to do and offer a scoop of ice cream in the beer.
Really?
Yeah. They did when they first opened. They used to get a scoop of ice cream in your 5 a.m. scene. That was lovely.
A beer float.
Yeah, beer float.
Well, I'm not sure that's quite up the street.
It's got 30 IBUs, mate.
I know, I said that.
Did you?
Yeah, I said if it wasn't 30 IBUs and it was down to 15, it would be perfect.
I think it tastes more IBU-ish than that.
Probably does, yeah. But that might be the roastiness from the malts rather than the hoppiness.
Right.
He gets me.
Right.
He gets me. Marks out of 10?
I'll give it 10.4.
No, I said marks out of 10, not ABV.
Yeah. I'm deliberately being a twat there because we're supposed to do marks out of 5, remember?
Oh, yeah,
we agreed
sorry,
that
yeah.
in the first podcast.
Oh.
Marks out of 5, mate. And you can go decimal. You can go 4.2 if you want.
I'm going to go a solid 4 for that. I think it's a good.
Stingy
beer.
bastard.
No.
What?
No.
Are you judging that against other beers? Because you can't really, can you? Because there isn't any other Imperial Custard stouts. Have they done what they set out to do?
Yeah, but it's my personal preference. It's not an objective view, is it? It's my personal preference. It's not. Oh yes, this is the best example of. You can't really judge.
You'll never be invited on the judging panel. In that case.
Well, I've invited myself on my own judging panel.
Is that why I do this podcast?
Yes.
So you can be your own judge.
Yes.
Twat.
My rules, my game, my ball.
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to give that a 4.25.
Oh,
that's my highest score I've ever given a beer.
Yeah, that's big bollocks, mate.
Still one of them moods today, mate.
Yeah,
just feeling generous.
Well, yeah, you've not been. I think I've been the belly this week.
So far.
Yeah. I'm slagging beers off. No, genuinely, I think a solid 4 for this for me is a. It's a fair reflection.
Yeah,
it's a wonderful beer. I would happily drink it, but I can't give it marks out of any higher than 4.
Okay.
Because there's always going to be beer better.
I think we've established what you think of the beer.
Okay.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
What's the news item of the week, mate?
News item. Well, you made me go last week, so I'll go first again. Something interesting cropped up on my Twitter feed @MossBeef. This week.
This isn't the Triple Hopped podcast, Alex.
I was waiting.
We don't have Instagram handles and
yes, we do
shit like that. You might.
Anyway, something that cropped up on my Twitter feed this week was
the cesspit of the internet.
Indeed, shut up and let me talk. Is
just
Audi,
your feed, not the whole of Twitter.
Audi have introduced to their craft beer range a beer that is unbelievably similar to Brewdog's Punk IPA, and they've even called it anti-establishment. Now, looking over my Twitter feed over the last 24 hours, the general consensus is that there's not much to choose between the two of them. I don't know, being the cynic that I am, I don't know whether Audi may have commissioned Brewdog to brew it for them or just give them a batch of Punk and rebrand it. I don't know, but people are saying, I've not tried it yet, but people are saying it's pretty much a carbon copy. Also, I've tried to find out before the podcast started how much it costs in Audi compared to a single can in whatever other supermarket of Punk IPA. And also, just before we went on air, I saw Brewdog had tweeted that they were, in response to Audi's anti-establishment beer, they are going to produce a beer, or release a beer, maybe tomorrow, I think it was, called Yaldi, which is a direct response to anti-establishment. And the label is very much like the Audi logo.
Wouldn't be surprised if they're in it together.
Because absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a good marketing ploy. You can start beer wars, but I just found the whole thing quite funny.
Yeah, it's Brewdog up to their usual stunts, and if it's Audi have just done this off their own back and come up with this beer, then they're fulfilling what Brewdog's mission should have been, or what they say it is, which is craft beer for the people, right? Because
imitation is the greatest form of flattery, mate.
But at the minute, Brewdog is craft beer for the people with money. It's not craft beer for the people, as they say. And you know what? They've got, in the Leicester branch, they've got a big neon sign on the wall that says "Beer is art," which to me is a tiny bit pretentious.
Yeah.
Bit.
But I mean, to publicly say that, then yeah, that is unbearably pretentious. But you know, amongst friends sitting in this kind of environment, when you try a beer like that, Imperial Custard, you know your mind goes overtime and go, how on earth have they produced? And I'm going to give a shout out now.
It's still not as good as like a decent bottle of red wine, is it? However good it gets.
Well, it entirely depends on your preference, doesn't it? Some people may not like wine at all. but some people may like beer. Or some, you know.
Right.
So I don't think you can quite compare the two in terms of taste and flavour. It's just people's. Anyway, let me give a shout out.
Look for a consensus.
Let me give a shout out. This podcast, although initially inspired by the distinct lack of dark beers on the podcast, last week I was given a homebrew by one of our regular listeners and customers, Owen, and he gave me a beer, and it was the third beer he'd ever brewed, and it was an Imperial stout, and that for me was absolutely the benchmark. I've not tried an Imperial stout as good as that. It blew my socks off, and I thought, fuck me, this tastes like it's been aged in sherry barrels for 6 months. It was absolutely stunning. So I picked beers from the shop to try and kind of recapture. And after the two that we've just tried, mate, so far, you're still in the lead.
Was it better than Nigerian Guinness?
Yeah, pissed all over it, mate.
Oh yeah.
Oh, seriously good beer.
Heresy.
No, not heresy, nor blasphemous. Honest.
Well done, Owen. You have to brew some more, hey?
Yeah.
Can't stop now, mate.
Yeah, and if you're listening, please can I have another one? Please, sir, have some more. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Let's hear your news item.
I haven't got one. I'm going to do a book review instead.
Go on then.
Because I'm only halfway through the book. I got Pete Brown's Man Walks into a Pub, and it's quite entertaining so far. It gives the history of beer and pubs. 2 complaints, 2 critiques, Pete, if you're listening. One, yeah, it's a couple hundred pages, mate, but it's large print. It could have been a much slimmer volume. And
I'm not an idiot.
and number 2, the only person that can use footnotes to comic effect is Terry Pratchett. Anyone else that tries it just comes off not funny, and it makes the text hard to read. So you need to really ignore the footnotes, I reckon, when you're reading this book, if it's possible to do that. Apart from that, really loving it so far. Thanks Pete. Thanks.
Just
give us
burn it, chuck it on a rubbish heap, but it's a good book.
We'll give him a shout out. PeteBrown.com.
Oh, right. Is that his actual website?
Probably.
Okay. You don't know.
He's bound to have a website,
Yeah.
and it's bound to be Pete Brown something.
Oh, well, just Google Pete Brown.
Yeah, less boring than Roger Protz.
It doesn't mean it's interesting. It's just less boring.
Yeah, which is not a great benchmark.
Shall we? As you haven't got a proper news item, and you've not done your homework because you would have had a right go at me if I'd done the same thing. Shall we touch on last week's pitiful attempt at a competition?
What was that? Oh,
Drew's favourite hop. What's a hop that I'm thinking of?
we had 4 people enter the competition.
We did, and actually, it turns out that it's worked out quite well. So, I have a little announcement to make for those who are listening, whose name I mention. You will win a can or bottle of beer of our choosing, according to the hop that you commented. Does that make sense?
You said what your favourite hop is in the comments. We're giving you a beer with that hop in, free of charge.
And then we're going to review them in next week's podcast.
So you can drink along.
Actually, there won't be a next week's podcast, will there?
Oh, there's no podcast next week. I'm on holiday.
Yeah. So I could do it solo, or I could get a guest.
If you want to get a guest, mate, I won't feel like I'm being cheated. But try editing it by yourself.
Yeah, all right. So next week we're taking a break because we've just been so hard at it. We just need a break every now and again. Anyway, right, Mr. Simon Hudson, you chose Centennial. Our survey said, ding, we will choose a beer with that hop in. It may not be a single hop. We'll try and find a single hop, but if it isn't a single hop, then it might be accompanied by another. Number 2, Mr. Paul Brewing. You chose Mosaic. What a fantastic hop. I'm sure we could find many beers in this shop with Mosaic in.
It's a work of art, truly.
Right,
yeah.
Try put the pieces together.
Brewdog should do a Mosaic beer.
I'm sure they do. Number 3, Marie Oliver. You chose Citra, another fantastic hop.
Boring.
No. How can it be boring if you like it?
Have they got anything with Citra in it? I've had this Citra from Oakham. I really like it.
Oh, they were the originators, though, weren't they? Oakham Citra was.
Yeah, but
10 years
as
ago.
As you know, Alex, the general rule, especially with cask ale, is that no beer is ever as good as it used to be.
Lies.
It just can't be.
And finally, Marie's lovely husband, Alan, chose Chinook.
It's not a hop, mate. It's a helicopter.
used primarily in what war?
Or it's a kind of red Indian.
Is he?
Yeah.
Can't say that, mate.
Oh, Native American.
Ooh. I was a bit close to that, but I might have to edit that one out. Anyway, so they're...
I'm not trying to be fucking racist.
Anyway, they are the 4 competition winners. Congratulations, Simon, Paul, Marie and Alan. We will release the beer list on Tuesday with an Instagram post. Ayleston _ oh no. I can't even remember the handle. The _ale_stone on Instagram. Yeah?
We're gonna.
It posts straight to Facebook anyway. It doesn't matter.
We're gonna announce the beers we're doing next week in the comments on Triple Hops podcast.
There he goes again. Triple hop bashing.
Right, I've only ever listened to about 3 minutes of their podcast today. But that was enough. It was enough.
Right. Okay, I'm going to have a quick sip of water because I've just finished that empty custard and I don't want to be messed up for the next beer.
You've spanked that custard already. Jesus.
You got anything to add for the middle 8 for the news roundup?
That's enough of that shit, mate. Let's go.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Next one. What do you want to go for? All right. Silently point.
I want to go for. I want to finish on that, so let's go for that.
Okay. So next beer is a beer again. I've been meaning to try for some time. It's a bit unclear. S43 Brewery. I'm guessing that's a London postcode, right?
Yes.
Pink Lane Coffee. This is called Bean Me Up Stouty. It's an Imperial hazelnut coffee milk stout. You're probably noticing a theme here that we only go for strong, or I only go for strong beers. This is a 9.5%.
Bit strained as a pun, isn't it? Bean Me Up.
Yeah.
Stout.
But we like puns. Though.
If it was Bean Me Up Scotty or Beam Me Up Stouty, yeah, all right. But to change 2 words in the phrase.
Ooh, I can see that's ruffled your feathers. 650 is 9.5%, but it's a 440 ml.
£6.50. I'll tell you a story about this beer. We got it for free from the wholesaler because they owed us a favour, so they gave us a free case of beer, and we're charging £6.50 a can for it. So that's 100% profit right there, mate. Apart from probably about £6 tax per can that we're paying.
Don't listen to him. He's joking. Honestly, he's joking. What idiot would admit that? All right, pass your glass.
I don't generally like coffee in beer, mate, but I'm prepared to give this a chance.
It's got hazelnut in. Well, I'll have the majority of that then.
Yeah.
Again, very viscous, isn't it? Really thick. You're not getting the glug because it's in a can.
May I have a look at the can?
Yeah, sorry, mate. Graphic design's a bit whack, isn't it?
The wraparound label feels like cheap aluminium. I could just probably crush that.
Oh, you did?
I crushed it with one hand. That's how cheap that can is.
It ain't a baked bean can, is it?
No, exactly. Right, Challenger hops.
Challenge, very English. British.
and it's got 5 different types of malt,
Yeah.
including Munchen,
Oh,
and 007 yeast.
right.
So
Bond yeast, yeah.
yeah. Did you see this recent survey by the Radio Times? Who's the best Bond?
No,
Sean Connery won.
I don't like Bond films
Oh, okay.
at all.
Do you like Bond Edge?
No. Nervous laughter. No. Anyway, right.
Cool.
I mean, on the nose, mate. It's like smelling the coffee box, the knock box. Of
Apparently,
the
the coffee is single origin. They didn't go to the effort of picking beans from everywhere. They just went to one place. A bit lazy like that.
Good one.
Doesn't say whether it's fair trade though.
Where's it from? Where is it? London.
Probably
S43. Where's that?
Durham.
Durham. Oh, nowhere near. Why is it S?
It's quite close. If you wanted to, I don't know, drive there from London during a pandemic, it's just up the road.
Oh, get your eyes tested. Anyway, look, I've got half a pint of this. Come on, let's.
Best before 10th of June 2021. That's
Can condition.
can condition beer.
Can conditioned, if there's such a
Right.
thing.
Okay.
There's massive coffee nose. Massive coffee nose, isn't there?
That smells like I've turned the coffee machine on, made myself a coffee, and then forgot to turn it off for a couple of days and left an espresso cake.
Which is what I've just said. It smells like a knock box of a coffee shop.
Knock box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does smell like
Yeah,
it.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I'm getting like some paprika crisps on the nose as well.
It's because you were chopping up Cheetos earlier and snorting them, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
I can see why you might say that, but I have to disagree, mate. If
Oh,
you're all
no.
about personal preference,
Yeah.
that's I'm rating that 2 out of 5. Because,
Really?
Just because I don't
Well,
like coffee and hazelnuts.
But you drink coffee.
Don't try and make me be objective when you refuse to be.
I'm not. At what point did I say that you had to be objective?
I drink coffee because it's a necessary.
It's not necessary.
It is necessary.
No.
If I don't drink coffee, I get a headache.
No, well, that's your problem. It's not necessary.
It's necessary.
Air
If
is
you wanna-
necessary.
wanna wake
Oxygen
up-
is necessary. Sunlight is necessary. Coffee is not necessary, mate.
It is if you don't want to drink Red Bull because there's too much shit in
Don't
Red Bull.
fucking drink Red Bull either. It's awful stuff.
If you need to wake up, what would you suggest to wake up then? What's your
Good night's sleep.
dab of speed?
No. Good night's sleep, mate. Good night's sleep.
Right. What if you're not able to get a good night's sleep for whatever reason? Whatever reason.
I would be very wary of turning to additives, substances to make you feel awake, because then you'll get dependent.
Coffee though, mate. Come on.
You just said that you're dependent on
I
coffee.
like-
If I don't have coffee, I get headaches.
all right, maybe. All right, here you go. Here you go, bitch. Maybe I like coffee. Maybe I don't like drinking cold coffee. Maybe I don't make myself a coffee in the morning, let it go cold, put some hops in it, and drink it, because that would be shit, like this beer.
You don't think this beer's any good?
Oh, it's wank.
It's got a very similar malty base to the previous beer.
It's thinner to me.
No. You've still got some of that in because to left, right?
No, I've drank
Oh,
it all.
you bad.
Drank it all. I didn't finish the dank. Dank.
Between the two, the Imperial Custard and the Beam Me Up, I prefer the Imperial Custard.
Yeah.
But I still think this is if you like coffee and beer, this is the beer for you.
Oh, for sure.
I don't get hazelnut. I'm not really. It's just sweet, but it's sort of like a really sugary coffee. Yeah.
Sound, yeah. Whatever you say, mate.
Whatever. You're boring me now. You're boring me.
Do you want to drink the rest of mine? Oh no, you can't.
COVID.
Stick it down the sink.
Back off.
Stick it down the sink.
It does have the initial, I can't pinpoint it, but it's got quite a vegetative mouthfeel. I get like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. If you try it, you'll know what I mean. I can't really explain it. Right, you're going for a 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Yeah.
Wow, that's low, man. I think I'll have to go for a 3.75. Good, but not the one.
Okay.
Right.
Final beer.
Final bit. Do you want the honours on this? Because I think you've been quite excited about this.
Yeah. Okay. It's a big milk stout from one of our favourite breweries, Brew York.
We've reviewed them a couple of times in the podcast.
They do
mainly because we've got so much from them. But
yeah, it's all good beer, mate. It's all good beer. It might be a little bit pricey, but it's very well packaged and very well brewed. So this is Tonkoko, but the Imperial version. They do a milk stout called Tonkoko, and this one's just brewed a little bit stronger.
Is it 11?
7.5.
Oh, is that it? Weak. Weak.
I've just tried this one at 9.5, right? And the other one at 10.4.
So we've done it all wrong. We've gone all arse about face, mate.
Oh, I just had another sip of that fucking
Your face is a
me
picture.
up.
Your face is a picture, mate.
It's like, yeah, it's like licking out the knocking out box. Take that how you take it. Right. Tonkoko, the spider diagram on the back says it's going to be more sweety and it's going to have more mouthfeel and malt. It's going to have hardly any bitterness and hardly any hop. A tiny bit of fruit. Awarded 9th in best stout in the world. It's the 9th best stout in the world.
That's quite an accolade, that, isn't it?
From ratebeer.com. Not really. Ratebeer.com, it's not exactly prestigious, is it? I don't know if any of our listeners are on ratebeer.com.
I've never heard of Rate Beer, to be honest.
It's like Untapped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I guess.
But for older people.
Rate my beer.
Yeah.
Right, it's pouring. It's got a really good head.
Yeah.
It's pitch black as the last two that we've had.
Bubbles are tiny. The smaller the bubbles, the better the beer.
Better condition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In agreement?
Yeah.
As a rule, yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, especially when you talk about cask ale. You pour straight from the cask and you get a nice, thick, creamy, tight head of bubbles. You know you're on a winner.
Right, I can't get anything on the nose. It might be getting to the point where I can't see the wood for the trees. But
Right, it smells milky.
I thought milk was odorless, unless it was off.
Is it? Only if you pasteurise it. I prefer dog's milk.
What about white dog eggs? You
That's for ages.
ever see white dog eggs anymore? Why don't you see white dog eggs anymore?
I don't know. Nostalgia.
Yeah. Right, we're
Dog
trying
shit's not as good as it used to be, is it? Are you sipping it, yeah? What are you getting?
Oh yeah.
Smooth.
Really smooth.
The capital smooth.
Whoa, that's really good.
Now, it doesn't taste strong, does it? Because we've just spanked 2 10%ers.
No, no, it's got body. It's got more body than the B milk stout.
It's got more body than El McPherson.
Oh, why El McPherson?
She
That's
was
quite 1997, isn't it?
She was known as the body. Wasn't she?
It's not really of the time, though, is it?
You're
And
saying
let's not talk about women objectively.
You say my jokes are not up to date?
A bit like you, mate. Anyway, look, this beer, fucking great.
People tune in for some critical analysis, mate.
Not just me saying it's great or bad.
Yeah. Oh, I'm drinking a beer. It's fucking brilliant. They might as well just go and drink some beer themselves.
Oh,
they probably are.
I'm getting a bit widdly now. Look,
You're a bit drunk, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know you've got to do a shift tonight, don't you?
Nah, you're doing it for me. This has Owen, if you're listening, mate. This is on a par. No, it's not on a par. It's not as good as yours, but it's getting there. This is what I'd expect for an Imperial Stout. Despite it only being 7.5, this has got flavour. This is sherry barrels, port, chocolate.
You getting all that?
Yeah. That's a triumph.
According to them, this is about as luxuriously decadent as beer can be. It is a liquid bounty with a lingering spiced aftertaste of the Tonka and Madagascan vanilla.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah?
I get that. I fully get that.
So they're talking the talk and walking the walk.
Yeah, that is a beer triumph.
Any coconut there, mate?
I can't get any coconut. I don't like coconut. I'd be the first person to pick out coconut.
Well, you are a bit shy.
Oh, can I have my 2 goldfish now?
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
There's definitely no coconut in there, is there? Can you taste coconut? I can't taste coconut. Can you taste coconut?
Yeah. No.
Can you?
No. Don't know.
Oh, you bastard. Really good. I'm well into that. I think that.
Well, let's do the score out of 5. Is it going to beat the MP Custard?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
No.
Go on.
4.37. No, 4 1/4. 4.25.
That's the score I give to the Impa Custard. For this one, I'm going to go 3.9.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Impi Custard was your favourite?
Prefer that, yeah.
Are we in agreement that Dank is like
Dank is wank.
0.5? Dank is wank. Dank matter. More like
spank shatter.
more like wank splatter.
Wank splatter.
And all right. Safe to say that Dank matter is by far our least favourite of the week.
Yeah.
For me, followed by
Flick your bean, Scott.
Bean Me Up Stouty. What did I give that? 3.
I'll give it 2. So the average is probably about 2.5 or something.
Right. And then Impy Custard for me. And we ended on the best, as per usual.
Tom Coco.
Yeah.
Imperial.
Really good.
Now, question for you, Alex.
Go.
Why are they called Imperial Stouts when they're strong?
Is it because of the Ruskies?
Yeah, the Russians, innit?
Yeah. They either drink vodka or strong Baltic stouts.
Right.
I don't know.
I think it's something to do with the British sent some beer to the Imperial Court in Russia.
Is it really? Are you telling me nonsense here? Is this
No.
Right, I'm just going to run over to the other side of the shop. I'll be back in a second.
So they used to drink Imperial Stouts out of Fabergé eggs.
Shut up!
No, it's true.
Shut up!
Well, if you're going to pay that much for a beer, you're going to drink it out of a decent receptacle.
Out of Fabergé egg?
That's what the Russian Tsars did, yeah.
I've just for reference, I've got an Imperial Russian Stout from Ashover Brewery at 9.5%. It's called Moscow. So there's got to be something.
That's great value, that beer.
$3.60 for it is.
Compare that to the Impy Custard at £2 more. It's probably not as good as the Impy Custard.
Yeah, unpasteurised, unfiltered, bottle conditioned. Should we try this?
Do you want to crack it open? Bonus beer.
Bonus beer. I'm excited.
Right, Ashover.
Ashover.
Moscow.
There's an echo.
twat.
Well, I hope this is good. Talk's good game. It's a bit thinner.
You're not getting the glug glug.
No.
Not getting the viscosity.
I was.
It's also not very cold since you just picked it up off the shelf.
Yeah, but well, historically, these beers, when they were first produced, 100, 200, 300 years ago, there was no refrigeration then, was it?
Yeah, but they're sending them to Russia, mate, which is
that's
fucking
true.
cold anyway.
Not all the time.
It is. It's cold in Russia, even in people's houses. It is. Serious, man.
Do you hear about that? The Russian guy, the opposition leader.
Watch down Duffy's.
No, the opposition leader in Russia. He got poisoned.
Chimichenko.
Is that his name?
Probably.
Oh God. Edit. He got poisoned. He's dead.
The opposition leader?
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Putin. Jesus
So,
Christ.
right, what are we saying with this? Go on. Bonus bit, because we've got to be quick, because we're quite far in.
It's alright, I can edit out all the bits where you're speaking.
Alright, there's fuck all on the nose. Ooh.
That's good.
That is nice.
Tell
Dark
you what,
fruits.
tell you
Dark
what.
fruits.
Tastes like Strongbow dark fruit.
No, come on, don't be a pleb. I'm getting like sweet molasses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Molasses, that's sugar in it.
Yeah.
Sugar's not a fruit, dickhead.
Molasses is derived from fruit sugar, you cockend.
Right, okay.
I think.
You're caned already.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy. I poured that little bit.
What? Did you mean to say I poured that little bit of water for you to drink? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
And you pointed at the glass of water?
No.
Anyway, listen, Ashover, I'll tell you what this has got that the others didn't have.
Warmth.
Yeah! It tastes boozy, mate.
It tastes
Boozy. It tastes like you drink it at Christmas.
It tastes better because it's more of a room temperature. You get more flavour. We're so guilty on this podcast of getting the beers straight out of the fridge, putting them on the bar, and cracking them open. So no wonder by the end of the podcast, the beer that we got out at the beginning of the podcast that we're trying last is going to have warmed up a little bit. So you get more flavour out of it.
You've just pulled back the curtain, mate, and there's a little naked Wizard of Oz sitting there with his dick in his hand.
Hey?
You've just revealed the secrets, mate. You've let people not suspend their disbelief anymore about how professional we are.
Oh well, it's nice to shed a little bit of light. Look, I think we've got to call it a day now, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've gone pretty far deep into some pretty tasty beers.
If anyone's still listening to this after 5 episodes, fuck off and we'll see you in a fortnight.
And, alright, if anybody actually listens to this until the very end, comment down below. That's Now listen.
That's the shitty thing to do. That's like people who wrote them Facebook posts saying, "If you're my real friend, you'll read the whole post."
Comment down below, and there might be something in it for you.
What if?
I don't know what yet. I've not decided. Look, on that note, it's goodbye from Richard Madeley
and me, Judy Finnegan, his wife.
Long time.
Not that you
Goodbye.